Fanimation 2025, The Hall. So, maybe a bit of a role reversal this time because Matt by far got the cooler fans than I did. I was not there again, but he graciously picked up everything. And per usual, we'll just go left to right and try and crank this out in like 10 minutes or something. So anyways, all of my fans except for one came from Gabe Justice. And the only one that didn't was in the top left here. This is a Slumber Quiet Antique Brass Casablanca Victorian I got from Donovan Blayhut. Kind of like a last minute decision buy, but Slumber Quiet works, which is pretty cool. So I might end up taking that for a different fan, maybe one of the Brown Zephyrs, and then just reconverting it to a normal speed system. Blades are plain down there, 4-blade only. I think it's from 81, but I actually haven't checked the tag, so it could be from 82 or 83. That one's fully complete. And next to it is a Fasco World's Fair in bright brass. It is missing a few things, such as the downrod canopy mounting and switch cap.
That's bright brass?
Yeah, you can't. It's hard to tell, kind of, because of the light, I think. Actually, is it antique brass? I can't tell.
It looks antique brass to me.
I'll figure that out later. It might be antique brass. But yeah, the flywheel still works. The very low still works, as far as I know. It has all the other stuff, so I'll do my best to make that complete. And then next to it is a black Hunter original from the year 2000, so it is still American made. There's no bushing or hook or anything like that, but it does have canopy. Blade arms are scratched. Probably because I'm actually not sure if it's because of how they were transported or not, but most of the other blade brackets survived, so it could have just been like that. But I do like black originals, especially from this era, so it's nice to have that. And then a Navajo White Delta 2. I thought this had a downrod, but I can't find it, so it might be missing. Other than that, and 2 screws for the canopy, which are very easy to source. It is complete. Bearings are actually pretty good in it, and the finish is nice. Next to it is an Emerson Designer, the plastic designer. The other thing noticeably wrong with it is that this switch housing is very yellowed, which is a very common, not failure point, but very common trait with these over time. It's from sun exposure, so a quick spray of that with some white paint will fix it. I think this one was only missing the mounting bracket, if I recall correctly. So mostly complete.
It's crazy how those Emersons are always missing the mounting bracket.
I know. They used a very weird mounting system, though, so it's probably better to just convert it to regular ball and socket. Then next to it is a polished brass Delta 2. The finish on this is actually very nice, and it came with this absurd light kit. This glass weighs a ton, first of all. And then the light bulb situation is really, really weird. I have no idea who made this light. But there's 3 either candelabra or intermediate base bulbs. I can't really tell.
They're candelabra.
Okay, so there's 3 of those kinds of bulbs. And then there actually is a hole in there for like a pull chain.
I kind of like that light, though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I had to think for a second if there was a chain coming up. I don't think so, because it's a Casablanca, so you don't need it. So there's that. Below it, a Hunter Art Nouveau. I've had many of these. I pretty much just get them to resell at this point. I think this is my 4th one. They are very nice looking fans, though. And
Art Nouveau parts.
this one I think is complete except for the glass, which is whatever. I mean, you could put like any set of like nice glass on it and it looks good. And then a Hunter Orbit. I've been kind of wanting these for a while, but haven't really had the opportunity to get one. These are pretty cool little fans. Has a newer switch cap, but it matches, so
There was an Orbit I wouldn't say recently, but somewhat recently on Craigslist for like $75.
Yeah, it's not worth getting it for that price.
Like, I want an Orbit, but not for that kind of money.
And I think these did come in other finishes besides brushed nickel. I just can't remember which ones. Maybe white?
I don't know. I don't remember.
It's kind of like maybe one of the newest Hunters that I still like and wanted to have. And then, this is a Craftmade High Tech 2. I mainly got this because of the blades it has. Speaking of which, all the blades I got are in this gigantic pile that
Lots of blades.
I'm keeping here for the sake of packing. But these are the Orbit blades. These are the High Tech blades, which...
You said they're mirrored? That's
they
actually
are,
really cool.
Yep, they are mirror blades.
That's awesome.
Craftmade had some of the coolest blades ever when it came to fans they sold. I don't know if I want to remove this just for this, but...
You probably just... Here.
I think this side is just regular, like,
Yeah,
gray.
that's not
and
a
then the
mirrored
other
side.
side is...
Oh, it's got some scratches, I see, but...
Yeah, you can't really tell with all this, like, wrap over it, but... Mirror blades are cool. This is for the Navajo Delta 2. Looks like some kind of bleached oak. The regular polished brass Delta 2. Some rosewood, that's really nice. Love
and
rosewood
Delta 2
blades.
that's missing, probably.
I think Gabe forgot a Delta 2 in the pile of everything, so... That, I mean, seeing a second set of Delta 2 blades does confirm that for me. The Art Nouveau blades, these are arch end. Fasco World's Fair, 6 blades, of course. He did say this need to be restained, so I'll investigate that afterwards. And then the Hunter original 5 blade. So.
And then the last thing he got,
Oh my god.
1930s original light kit.
So if you remember my video from last year, when I got a red 1930s original, seller Brian forgot the light kit piece, and I was trying to get him to ship it to me, but he was never, like, available, so at some point I just said, like, whatever, if you can just bring it to the next Fanimation, that's fine. So a full year later, I'm now able to install that red 1930s.
Finally.
So that's going to be pretty neat.
Guess my stuff now.
Yeah, that's all of mine, so.
Now my stuff, well, starts with that HRS Industrial. Louis Weedman removed, like, I don't even know how many of
Can you
these.
say around 20?
Something like that. 20-ish of these things from a bowling alley. The bearings in it are pretty horrific. I'm just going to oil them.
The whole fan is a little horrific.
It's pretty beat up.
Yeah, I don't know how these all got so scratched, but all the ones that I've seen, the paint is chipping off a lot.
And that one is missing the bushing for the mounting. Unfortunately, I got to these HRSs pretty late. There were only a few left by the time I found them. And I wanted one with a good label, and the only one left with a good label had no bushing, so I'll find something, but it is what it is. These are the blades for that right here. No, blades aren't that bad, but the motor's kind of rough.
Blades are kind of nice, actually.
Yeah.
They're duct taped together, though, so.
I'll have to use some goof off or something to remove the residue. But next to that is a K63 blender. Blendy boy. Missing the bushing, but that can just use an original bushing.
It can.
Yeah.
I thought the Emerson ones were bigger.
I don't know if it has to do with the time period it was from, but an original bushing just fits right in there.
Oh, okay. Nice. That's good to know, actually. I thought one time, though, I tried to use an original on one of those, and it just, like, barely didn't fit because it was too small.
Some of them are different. I don't know when they changed that, but some of them are different. Blades for that are here. It's 4-blade fiberglass, which is pretty awesome.
Fiberglass is nice.
Bearings are horrific in that one, so I don't need new bearings.
Of course they are.
Verde Delta 2, Florentine Verde, with a 3-foot.
That thing is so cool.
I think that's a 3-foot rod.
I wish these sold better. Because that finish is awesome. It's even cooler than the like original Verde finish.
It definitely looks nicer.
That belongs. That's the aquarium fan right there.
So that's pretty neat. I overpaid for it, but I kind of like it, so it's whatever. Right in front of that is a designer gray Delta 2 in brand new condition. I mean, this thing is clean. If I can step back here. I mean, look at that. There's not a speck of dirt on that thing. So I don't know where this was its whole life, but...
And it has a white switch cap.
White switch cap, and I have a new in-box K4B in designer gray to go with that one. So that'll be cool. And then right here is a Fasco Charleston, a small Charleston. A little bit rough, but nothing too bad. It should clean up pretty nicely. And right here is a Casablanca Four Seasons in antique white. This was a LCA version.
It has that low ceiling series light kit.
Yep. K1S light lifter, or whatever you want to call it.
That honestly, that barely like gave any more headroom than the original light kit. So
Yeah, that was kind of silly.
it was axed pretty quickly.
And stencil blades, which are pretty cool.
Stencil blades is like the coolest part of it for me, and the fact that it's in antique white.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. K63 Zephyr, antique brass. Spencer kind of brought this along with him last minute, and I yoinked it. It needs a mounting bracket and flywheel screws. Other than that, I believe it's complete. Then we got a traditional brown Delta right here. Needs bearings. They're not too bad, but
They're going.
they're on their way out. And I got some more blades underneath of here, and can't really see those ones, but
Is it for the Delta?
one of them's for the Delta, one of them's for the Zephyr. I have to sort through them. Then we have a Chandler fan right here. Rough looking Four Seasons with immaculate cane blades, which is pretty awesome.
The rest of the fan ain't too immaculate, but
I'm gonna get
just
a new
the blades
housing.
themselves are nice.
I'm gonna get a new housing for that one. I'll make it immaculate. And then we got a new in-box original, a newer one. I got that to resell it. Got that for pretty cheap, so that's pretty cool. This right here is the glass for that Four Seasons.
Not the original glass, but definitely an odd shape.
Kind of like a dumbbell looking thing. And then back here, some hang screws.
Lovely assortment of hang shoes. What did those go to?
These are for a light kit that I sold someone else, but
Oh.
didn't want glass with it, so I just kept those around. And then random parts, Fasco parts. And then we got,
Those go to the Charleston, no?
yeah, Charleston.
Okay.
And then here we got traditional brown Delta parts. You can kind of see that. Designer gray blade arms are in there. K63 Zephyr blade arms are there. And then some miscellaneous parts. I got some Casablanca flywheels, Casablanca downrod and hanger ball, some U-bolts, a mounting bracket, Hunter original downrod, some pull chain switches, some Casablanca crossbars, and I think that's everything.
Yeah.
And we just got some unsold stuff back here. There were a few more that were unsold, but they're not here right now. So I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do with those. And that was the Fanimation haul of 2025.
Yep. This is surprisingly light for the both of us.
There was definitely a lot more last year.
Oh, yeah. Well, we had to do each our own haul videos last time, right?
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. On my haul video, I included everything.
Oh, that's right, but I made my own.
Yeah, it's kind of like...
Well, anyways,
Yeah.
most of my fans are kind of to resell. There's only a few that I want to keep, but
I'm hoping to install those 2 industrials in my grandfather's garage. I still have to talk to him about that, but I think that would be a pretty cool install if that actually happens.
Yeah, you'll see this stuff eventually, but for now, that is all for the Fanimation haul. Bye.